Go.
So, I'm Frank Altomare, the executive chef of Aria Tuscan Grill, and today we're going to be butchering our suckling pig for our porchetta special here at the restaurant every week. Right here we have a locally grown pig. This is from Warsaw. She is a suckling pig weighing in between about 25 to 30 pounds. When buying a whole pig, which is not very hard to do online, just look for a reputable butcher or a farm. You can pre-order them, pick them up, thawed out, fresh. But the most important thing is you want to look at this stamp right here. This is the USDA inspected stamp, saying that it's good quality to eat. You're not going to get sick from her. So right now we're going to just start butchering her. She is actually a beautiful pig. You can see she still has her tongue intact and her teeth, which is really important. It's a sad thing, but a lot of farms take these items and they sell them for cosmetic reasons. So we're going to flip her over, and you can see that the pig has been completely ripped of all of its organs out. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to break the rib cage just by pulling down on it ever so lightly. It's not really that hard to do. So at this point we can see what we're working with. You have two options at this point. One, you can roast the whole thing if you're going to roast it for, say, a luau for a very long period of time. What we do at the restaurant, though, is we split the sections up, only because the hind shanks, the legs, are going to roast and take a lot longer to cook than, say, this thinner piece of loin right here. So we're going to grab a fillet knife, and we're just going to come right behind the leg joint right here. You can see where the joint meets. You can do the same thing on the other side. At that point, you can just really get your knife in between. It comes right through. Now the next part of this butchering process is you want to use a cleaver or a chef's knife, because you actually need to go through the bone of the pig. And a fillet knife is really not going to have the strength or the stability to get through it. Now at this point here, you have the two legs of the pig, which in Italy, or at home if you want, you can take this and cure it with just salt and make prosciutto. There's more of a process that goes. You have to bleed the animal, but at that point here, this is what you can do. Or you can put a nice spice rub on it, put it in the oven, let it go, pull it, make tacos with it or some type of stew. But here at the restaurant, we roast the whole pig just like this, separating the two so they cook at the right times for the tenderness that we're looking for. At this point, what we have left is the torso area of the pig. I have some warm water. The pig has been washed, and we're just going to pick up any kind of debris that might be left or any type of blood. Now you're left with an option of roasting the pig whole with the head on, or you can dismantle and take the head off, which is what we have here. I've already taken the head off of a separate pig. At this point with this pig, you can season it any way you wish. We make a salt cure here, salt, sugar, some fresh aromats, and a little bit of fennel. I'm just going to put it all inside of the pig, the inside of it, and we're going to put her in an oven at about 300 degrees and roast her for about 5.5 hours. You really just want to massage all those spices into her. There's a separate application you can use for the pig's head. You can make something called testa, which is a salumi made of pig's head. You can make head cheese with it, or you can put it in a soup, a stock, or make pozole with it. Now back to the restaurant, we're using, with our pig here, we're going to take that same cure mixture, and we're going to really get these spices into it. You can make this spice mixture any way you deem fit. You don't have to put the spices I put in it. If you like oregano, put oregano in, but you really need to have the salt and the sugar aspect of it. Try to go 2-to-1 ratio of salt to sugar on any kind of cure that you're doing. Again, you really just want to rub this pig, get all those spices in there, and you're going to want to let it cure overnight up to 12 hours. So everything just kind of melds into it. Now what you can do is you can put some type of onions and garlic and fresh rosemary and thyme, some bay leaves into the cavity, close her up, and at this point she's ready to go into the oven. You want to put her in for 500 degrees for about 20 minutes. What that's doing is allowing this skin to crisp up. After the 500 degrees, you cut the oven down to 300, 325. And that is just almost kind of finishing off slow roasting, and you're not going to burn any part of the pig. All you're doing right now is just finish cooking the pig through. Once that is complete, let it rest for about an hour, still be warm with some tin foil on top of her, and you can just start cutting right through. Put over some type of starch, polenta we do at the restaurant, or maybe some sauteed broccoli raw. And that is Aria's suckling pig.